How sucky is it when your pruners, your loppers, whatever, are blunt? It just makes the job 10 times harder and takes loads longer to do. Today I'm going to take all of the scariness, all of the difficulty, all of the complications, all of that, I'm going to take it out of sharpening your garden tools, and I'm going to make it dead easy and dead simple for you. So, now looking at these, oh, this is bad. God. The first thing we're going to have to talk about is, well, we're not going to talk about it, but basically, there's no point in me sharpening these. They are filthy. I don't know if you can see how bad this is. Look at that. That's disgusting. Okay, so I'm going to give them all a clean, and then I'm going to sharpen them. Okay, everything's had a bit of a clean, and it's been rinsed off to get rid of all the soap, and then it's been dried. I've not oiled it yet, because I'll oil it at the end when I'm finished. I don't know why I'm doing this whole threatening thing, but I'll oil it at the end when I'm finished, because I don't want oil on there and it being slippy when I'm about to sharpen it. Just for safety and for ease of doing this and it not taking forever. So we're going to get started. I'm going to start with these ones. These are Kate's favourite bypass secateurs. They are, bless man, these things are about 10 years old. She loves them. They're a wee bit wonky, so I am going to have to adjust the blades for her as well, but they'll do for just now. These are actually quite good. I quite like these ones. Quickly then, just in case you guys don't know the difference, I'm going to bring you in close. Ooh, look, extreme close up now. Right, bypass secateurs. What that means is this top blade and this bottom, that's not a blade, but this bottom metal piece, they actually pass each other. So I don't know if you'll be able to see. They actually pass each other like scissors do, and that's the bit that cuts. So they pass each other, the stem's in there, and that does a nice clean cut on the stem, okay? So that's bypass. The other one we've got here is this one. These are called anvil secateurs, and it's because rather than the two blades pass each other, this top blade's the sharp one, and it actually goes into this bottom one. So it more or less crushes whatever's put in there. But because it has a sharp blade, it crushes and cuts, mostly cuts. So you would use them for different situations. These guys, the bypass, the ones that are like scissors with the two metal pieces that pass each other, you use these for a lot of the more delicate things, like if you're cutting delicate stems, deadheading flowers, all that kind of stuff. These you use for more heavy duty stuff, like, you know, if you're trimming the odd twig, or like you saw the other day I was having to chop back the sunflower stem, which is quite thick, you'd use that for these. They wouldn't be much good for real proper heavy duty wood things. That's when you go into the big heavy duty things, but in terms of little hand tools, that's what these are. These are Kate's edging shears for the garden. So these are shears, and these are pretty much like massive scissors. Both these bits of metal are blades, both of these cut. Okay, so that is the selection of tools we've got. So there you go, that was a very quick run around these tools. Here is the one, the number one, I'm going to stop this. Stop throwing blades at people on camera. Stop. Right, here's the number one thing you need to know to be able to sharpen any garden tool, okay? It is this simple. You just need to understand what the cutting edge is. Like, You need to be able to identify the cutting edge. That is all, okay? So, for instance, if I show you a knife, okay, you might know that that's the bit that cuts. But do you know, if you feel a knife, right, go and get a knife out your kitchen drawer. Don't cut yourself. Don't run your hand along the blade. Do not do that. Go this way across. But you might feel there's a little bevel, okay? If there's a bevel, that's your cutting edge. So a knife usually has a bevel on both sides, okay? These secateurs that we're about to work on only have a bevel on one edge, okay? And I shouldn't have said edge, it will confuse you, but that's what the edge is. When we talk about the edge, putting the edge back on your tools, it's that bit we're looking for. We're looking for this beveled bit, and what you'll see is on the back it's completely flat, okay? So the bit that we sharpen is the bevel, is the edge. And it's as simple as that, okay? Now, a lot of people do this once a year. They go, oh, it's winter, now's the time to clean and sharpen and oil all your tools. I say no. I say do this all the time. So you've always got sharp tools. And the reason I'm saying it is because it is this easy. Right, what I've got is this tiny little thing. It's got a lid on it, you can see there, and I can put that in my pocket when I'm out in the garden. So whenever I feel that my tools are dull, just a minute or so passing with this, and it's back up to being lovely and sharp again. And it's dead simple, right? So we've identified which is a cutting edge, okay? On some things, like this blade is black, you'll see the cutting edge is shiny because the black paint or the whatever surface has been put on it is getting worn away, okay? That's an easy way to identify. For this sort of stuff, anything small that you can shove in your pocket and is not a big drama is ideal for this, okay? Now this one has got a flat edge and then a curved edge, and you can see there's slight differences to the texture on them, okay? This flat edge is the one I'm going to use to put the edge back onto my secateurs. This side, the curved edge that's got a texture to it, that's called a honing edge, and what I'm going to use that for is just to take the burr off things, okay? And I'll explain burr in a second. So it's like this. Basically, get a good hold of your secateurs. Right, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you proper and close for this. Okay, so you want to make sure you've got a really good hold on these, okay? And like I say, I'm going to use this flat end, and I'm going to have it on the angle. So this is the trick, okay? You can see that it's got this edge here, which is at an angle, it's not flat. The trick is to try and follow that angle the best you can, okay? So, like that, and I just follow that edge, and it is that simple. I'm not putting lots of pressure on it. I'm just letting the tool do the work. And if you've got a particularly blunt tool, you'll actually see that sharp edge will start to appear. You'll see it going bright. Okay, and I usually do this about a minute, 2 minutes per tool, depending how blunt it is. Okay, and all I'm doing is letting the tool do the work. It's dictating what that angle is. Now, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it is now much shinier, and that edge is almost uniform in colour. Okay, now that's the good thing about these coloured blades, is if there's a dark spot, you can see that that's not been caught quite as much as the others. So you keep going and get rid of as much of that dark stuff as you can. Okay, now after a couple of minutes, if you run your finger across the back, remember never along a blade, across the back, you'll feel it's got a slight roughness, and that's what I was mentioning earlier as the burr. Okay, what that is you've now just pushed lots of tiny little particles of metal over to create your edge, and that's what the burr is. What we do is we turn it over, and using the honing edge, so it's a textured edge, and flat, okay, so I'm going to do it this way so I can keep it flat. All we do now is 1 or 2 passes, and that just takes that burr off. And that is us now got nice sharp secateurs. That's it done, that's it. I told you this was super simple, didn't I? Now though, you go and you practice and get the hang of it, and you make it sound really complicated so you sound cool. That's the rules, okay? But that's it, it's that simple. Basically, know your edge. So have a look and work out where is the bevel, where is the edge, so you know where your cutting edge is. And then with whatever tool you're using, just make sure the tool's nice and secure, and just follow that edge. That's it, that's all there is to it, folks. So I'm going to finish up the last of these, and then I'm going to give them all a bit of an oil, and that is me. How to sharpen your tools without the fuss. See you guys.